I just want to go back to Solomon and the whole interplay with King Solomon and God throughout his life, because I think it's just this really interesting and powerful message to be paying attention to, right? We have Solomon asking for wisdom and God giving him wisdom among tons of other things because of this humble request. But then also the dynamic after that is, I think, really equally important and staggering. Solomon is the guy who wrote poems like the Song of Songs. He wrote Proverbs. He was regarded in his time to be one of the wisest people on the earth. And you would think that this wisdom kind of comes with a sort of building up of ego and kind of losing that humility that he had in the first place. And you'd probably be right, because as Solomon gets older, he decides that he's going to take after all of these wives that he has in their religions, which already having multiple wives isn't really in God's plan. But then to go after other gods, even after he's spent all this money and all this time right at the beginning to build God this big, beautiful temple, it just shows kind of how much he falls off the mark later in life, despite all this wisdom that he has, and despite what appears to have been a really good relationship with God at the start. I also think the way that God behaves in this scenario with Solomon is its own bit of wisdom, because Solomon, when he goes to God with this big, beautiful temple, offering many sacrifices and saying, God, please, please live here amongst your people. And God doesn't lose sight of the fact that it's not the temple that he wants, it's the people of Israel that he wants. Because even after Solomon does all this and he prays this prayer, God comes back and he says, as long as you fulfill your end of the bargain, I will live here. And there's so much great wisdom in that, especially if you're talking about relationships that we experience not just with God, but with like other people. The scenario that comes up the most quickly in my mind is like a dating scenario, right? Where it's like, sure, if you're the guy, you can get your girlfriend this big, beautiful present, but at the end of the day, hopefully the person that she wants, if she's worth anything, is you. And God doesn't lose sight of that. God's not overly impressed or wowed out about this temple. He wants the people of Israel. And the temple's an amazing gift, and he accepts it and he loves it, but he loves the people more. I think it really lends credence to the idea that God is the source of wisdom, the way that he handles this scenario. And it also lends credence to the idea of having tons of wisdom doesn't necessarily mean that you are the smartest guy in the room, as Solomon, I think, over time starts to figure out. But let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow.